We, we need to. I know, but we need to get it started because I want to get this in before the rain. Hurry, let's go. Yep. On the school's YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ray Kushner Yeshiva High School Joseph Kushner Hebrew Academy.
I need to get this in
Chet.
before the rain. Hurry.
Oh. Okay. So we're good? So we won't get that feedback again like we just got, right? We'll shut it off right now. We're good. Testing 1 2 1 2 test. Is the microphone check 1 2 1 2. You're good to go. We're live on YouTube too.
You can tell them to come out. Who's going? You should definitely get friends. This is not the beginning of the advancement exercise. It's a public service announcement. I had explicitly requested that the rain not return for the exercises, and it was confirmed by every app that we used until around 10 minutes ago. I am thinking now that the clouds are going to move over to the Newark Academy, let it rain all over Newark Academy, and let them look at us with sunshine. In the event that we have a cloud burst, we will move the advancement exercises to the auditorium, the Epstein-Stein Auditorium, and we will not return to the outside amphitheater. So we'll try to make a reasoned, informed, deliberate, intentional decision, but our preference is to be out here and with good karma and to think positive and to say to ourselves, the weather will be sunny. Please say it with me. The weather will be sunny. I don't hear it. The weather will be sunny. We are going to complete these beautiful advancement exercises right outside in the Batsheva and Murray Halpern Field under the beautiful Gladys and Sam Zal Amphitheater. Our advancees are now lining up so we can begin on time. Yitz, let's start pomp and circumstance. A little louder. Please join us for the Star Spangled Banner. Please be seated. Shemayim, Shemayim, Laroshem, Ba'aretz Natan L'vnei Adam. We are reminded of that very often. The heavens are to Hashem and the earth is ours to best as we can to manage, maintain, and make a difference. So this is our Shemayim. At least there's no smoke. We took care of that one. I'd like to offer some thanks to many people that made this program so special tonight, whether it is outdoors or indoors. First to Fran Glacian and Sherry Bobat, thank you very much. Mr. Berger, Mr. Platzker, who have been out in this field since around 4 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon, Mr. Berger 11 in the morning, making sure that we have sound and AV and live streaming, or in this case, recording, so that we can then give you the link and you can send it to your family and friends. A special thanks to Gabe Besterman, who was there in the AV tent, who's here tonight to manage the AV along with Mr. Berger. A special thanks to the JKHA Middle School faculty, who demonstrated resilience, fortitude, and strength, and literally pivoted in moments to come out here, dry off every chair, label for seats for every family, and make sure that this be a dignified, wonderful event ready for the class of 2023. I'd also like to thank our partners in Sinai, who together with us and our JKHA faculty, who have created an enriched, inspiring, and empowering learning experience for your children from the first day that they entered JKHA, whether it was nursery 3 or somewhere in the middle, to this wonderful, highlighted, achieving moment where we can all look back in this momentous occasion and look at our milestone that our children had reached and be so grateful for the people who have helped them get here. And we all owe our faculty a debt of gratitude, and please give them a round of applause. So what gave Kalev and Yehoshua the strength to resist the temptation of groupthink and forge their own independent, autonomous way? What gave them the courage to see clarity when others only saw clouds? Where was their source and their resource that gave them the ability to go against the entire group, the cluster, in order to create a presence and a message and a moment for the rest of the Jewish people? The Medrash helps us understand where Kalev got his strength from. Vayalu v'negev vayavo ad Chevron. The Chumash tells us that they went to the Negev, and then vayavo ad Chevron. They only came to Chevron in singular. Rashi explains that the singular language vayavo ad Chevron was Kalev's individual visit to the Marat HaMachpelah, to visit the graves of Abraham and Yitzchak and all of these Imaot and Abaot, to get strength to carry on his mission. Indigenous, organic, Jewish inheritance of the land of Israel, as demonstrated by Kalev, who went to make sure that he drew strength from his history. Yehoshua was known as Misharet Moshe, Moshe's student, his Talmid Muhak. And therefore, as he entered this unfortunate episode with the Meraglim, he came with strength and with courage, knowing that he had the winds of Moshe's inspiration behind him. Students, you are taking those same two messages of Kalev and Yehoshua. You are part of a chain. Like Kalev, you can look back and gain strength from the great legacy of our Jewish people, from Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Bnei Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. You are the embodiment of all of that same mission and the message, the legacy of our Jewish people that goes all the way back to Kalev's moments at Marat HaMachpelah. And as you look back and realize and recognize your family's inspiration, the standards they set for you, your grandparents' inspiration, the commitment, the value-driven lives that they have lived so that you can have the benefit and the privilege of having a JKHA education, you now have that same inspiration looking back that you can take with you. And students, you've been taught by expert educators, by Rabbanim and teachers and Morot, who have demonstrated to you what great self-sacrifice it is for them in order for you to live a life of Torah and mitzvot and goodness. Teachers in JKHA taught you to love learning, to embrace it, to personalize it, to make learning your own, and to make sure that the messages and the values that your parents and grandparents and your teachers have imparted through these years become yours to demonstrate for the rest of your lives. So we are very proud of our students. We are grateful to our teachers. We recognize our parents and our grandparents in the audience who together have created a community of learners who have demonstrated the values of Torah and mitzvot and who have also appreciate the embrace and the opportunity to expand your horizons of learning. And we are confident that just like Kalev and Yehoshua started their mission after leaving the Kivrei Avot and after departing from Moshe, we are confident that after you leave JKHA and you move on, that you too will be able to look back with pride and gain strength from your teachers as you live your lives of greatness. Congratulations, class of 2023. It is now my privilege to introduce Julia Lyons, who will address the class.
Good evening, and welcome to the advancement of the class of 2023. Bereshit Rabbi Rubin, Ms. Levinson, Rabbi Adler, Rebbeim, teachers, families, and fellow classmates, I am privileged and honored to be here in front of you today. In this week's Parsha, Parshat Shlach, in response to Bnei Yisrael's request, Hashem tells Moshe, Shlach lecha anashim, send for yourself some men. Rashi explains that Moshe is being told, you do not need it, but if the people are asking, send some men to view the land. And so Moshe chooses 12 anashim, upstanding men, for the mission to scout the land. We know the rest of the story, that 10 of the men came back with a negative report, and only Kalev and Yehoshua stood firm that with the help of Hashem, they would be able to conquer the land and enemies within. They saw the same land as the 10 spies who reported negatively, but they focused on the good, kept a positive perspective and faith in Hashem, and they were rewarded for it. L'regel is the verb used. L'regel is the word from where we find the words meraglim, spies. And yet, the word l'regel does not appear in this week's parsha. Instead, over and over, the word used is lator. Thanks to everyone's favorite Hebrew curriculum, Bishvil HaIvrit, we know that the word lator means to tour, to be a tourist. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Zatzal, quotes the Malbim's explanation that to be a tourist is very different than to be a spy. Lator means to seek out the good, which is what tourists do. L'regel to spy is the opposite. It's about discovering the weakness of a place. Our middle school experience has not been without trials. In March of 5th grade, we were sent home in the midst of a virus for a max of 2 weeks. We all know how that turned out. Several months later, after spending countless hours in our houses on virtual classes, Wearing fancy tops and pajama bottoms, we were allowed back into the building. We socially distanced, wore masks, spit weekly, ate outside in the cold, checked who had COVID and when, and worried about every little sniffle, all while taking our 6th grade classes. And yet, reflecting on our time in middle school, we have the option La Tour, to remember and focus on the good, like Maccabia games, dress-up days, Kochave Kushner, and Moadim Listimcha. 7th grade was actually the first time that we had seen some of our classmates and teachers' faces ever. We connected as a grade during our Philadelphia trip, sang our hearts out every Friday during our middle school kumsitz in Gate 613, and went on trips with our teachers to learn about Shavuot. The girls enjoyed making cheesecake and hanging out at Morna Chumma's house, while the boys went to Brooklyn with the rabbis. An amazing end to our 7th grade year. Finally, we arrived at 8th grade, ready to make the most of every experience. And let me just tell you, this year did not disappoint. We started off the year bonding as a grade on our 8th grade Shabbaton, and then continued the party with an epic Malava Malka on Motzei Shabbat, where we all partied hard to silent DJ. We blew the trumpets at our school-wide Hakel and helped the lower school get into the dancing spirits. Then, we celebrated our love for Israel on Yom HaAtzmaut. We participated in various fun activities and performed an incredible daglanut to the song Chagiga B'Yisrael, thanks to the amazing Benot Sheru, Noam and Reu. Finally, we went to Washington, D.C., connecting as a grade one last time and ending our final middle school year in the best way possible. If Kalev and Yehoshua were in JKHA Middle School, you can be sure they'd be walking around with "I Got Copying Awesome" stickers. The stickers given to us when we do something good, more frequently than not cleaning the infamous Gate 613. And obviously, you can't have a JKHA speech without mentioning Kushner Cares. So, unlike the 10 Meraglim, Kalev and Yehoshua embodied our Kushner Cares values. Those are the values we are taught and told at least 5 times a day to embody. The acronym CARES stands for C, community, A, accountability, R, respect, E, empathy, and S for self-awareness. Kalev and Yehoshua had the self-awareness to recognize that they were accountable for their language and what they said would impact their community. Before we embark on this significant milestone to high school, let's not forget our own personal communities in and out of school that have gotten us to where we are. Our amazing teachers who have made themselves readily available to answer late-night emails, study with us during lunch, and answer quick questions in the hallway. Their guidance and reassurance throughout of middle school is immensely appreciated. The administration, especially Ms. Levinson, who has never failed to be honest with us, whether that be about our behavior, the scent of our classroom, or anything else, and helps to make sure that every aspect of our middle school experience helps us grow educationally, as Jews, and as people. And finally, to our families, who have been our rocks, helping us with homework, supporting us at sports games, coming to school plays and events, carpooling, learning with us, and just being our biggest cheerleaders. The Midot we have learned and the values we have been taught at school and at home are ingrained in all of us and will guide us as we move forward into high school. Our community has prepared us for what comes next, and for that we are most grateful. Mazel tov to the JKHA class of 2023.
Julia, that was an exceptional speech and so important for us because as time flows through a journey, it seems like just one streaming experience. And to have the ability to spotlight and look at every experience as a photograph gives us so much more opportunity to reflect and learn from everything that we have accomplished over the years. And you can add to your list of accomplishments that you had an advancement ceremony where rain threatened, and when you got up to speak, the sun came shining through. I love when a plan comes together. I'd like to tonight take a moment to recognize our community rabbis who partner with us in every aspect of educating our children to enhance and to embellish and to support the very mission of the JKHA RKYH schools by demonstrating that Torah life is outside of the walls of the school, outside of the homes of your community, and that is brought to every person's family in a meaningful way. We're grateful to our rabbis who are here tonight, and we honor them with a round of applause. We also would like to honor members of our board who, because of their steadfast and ongoing support of the school, to give us the resources and the confidence and the comfort we need to run the school, to establish its mission, to prioritize our values, all within a structure of governance, creates a school experience for students and for faculty, which is inspiring and engaging and enchanting. And I ask all the members of our board who are here tonight to please stand so we can recognize you and thank you for your devotion to JKHA and RKYHS. Thank you. And now it's my very special privilege to introduce the co-president of the school, Sandy Steiner, who serves as co-president along with Jeremy Halpern, who has defined and lives the mission of the school, whose crisp vision helps us see the direction of the school with clarity in the now and into the future, who is indefatigable dedication and devotion to the school is expressed through her ongoing devotion, her counsel, her wise friendship, and her very intelligent governance allows our school to stand out and be the exception it is within the yeshiva community. It gives me great privilege, and it's a pleasure to invite co-president Sandy Steiner.
Good evening. My name is Sandy Steiner, and it is my honor to serve along with Jeremy Halpern as co-president of the Board of Directors of JKHA RKYHS. Jeremy's complete commitment to our school is an inspiration, and I'm grateful to him and all of our dedicated board and committee members, liaison and KPAC volunteers for all they do to make our school the incredible place it is and to support its pursuit of excellence in every way. 8th graders, you've been incredibly well prepared for your next steps by all those who helped guide you along the way, your dedicated friends, your proud parents, your esteemed administrators, rabbis, and teachers. Too many to mention by name. But I do want to recognize and thank Rabbi Rubin, Mrs. Levinson, Rabbi Adler, Mrs. Bobot, and each and every member of our incredible JKHA faculty. As you navigate the path ahead, never forget the support system that has guided you this far and the strong foundation they have provided you upon which to build your future. It is my great pleasure to celebrate this momentous occasion with all of you. This day marks a significant milestone in your educational journey, and it fills me with immense pride to witness your growth, determination, and achievements. I congratulate each and every one of you. You have shown dedication and resilience throughout your middle school years. From the first day you stepped foot into our classrooms, you embarked on a journey of discovery, exploration, and personal growth. Today, we celebrate the progress you have made this far. Your advancement to high school is not just a promotion to the next grade level. It's a transition to a new phase of your lives, filled with exciting opportunities, challenges, and possibilities. In high school, you will be faced with a multitude of choices of subjects, extracurricular activities, and friendships. Seek out new experiences, broaden your horizons, be open to learning from your peers, your teachers, and the world around you. Remember that success is not measured merely by grades alone, but also by the relationships you build and the kindnesses you show. To the 8th grade class of 2023, tonight we are here to celebrate you. You make us all so proud, and we look forward to seeing all of your future accomplishments. I know you will miss hearing about the importance of Kushner Cares every day, but these values are truly what we hope you will take with you on your journey as you travel through life. Community, accountability, respect, empathy, and self-awareness. They will serve you well as you embark on this new chapter, and I have no doubt that you will do amazing things. On behalf of the entire JKHA RKYHS Board of Trustees, I wish a heartfelt congratulations to the JKHA Class of 2023.
Thank you so much to Sandy Steiner, who is a true partner, and everyone who is here this evening joining us for this amazing celebration and truly miraculous weather change. I would like right now to ask the first row of 8th graders to rise as we invite each student up to receive his or her certificate. And I invite Rabbi Rubin, Miss Judy Karp, and Rabbi Joey Adler to help us give out those certificates. Leora Ajoku. Leon Avraham. Emily Baum. Levi Benkin. Shmuel Beda. Ryan Brand. Mira Braverman. Zachary Cantor. Yonina Sillo. Ari Citron. Kayla Colchamiro. Danya Doktorov. Erez East. Alexandra Elizarov. Julia Falda. Noah Fader. Jordan Filer. The first row may be seated. The second row, please rise. Perry Filer. Yakir Filehart. Yoni Finkelstein. Gabi Flynn. Avi Fogel. Lori Fox. Davi Fruchter. Gabi Gantz. Hadar Gilmore. Mary Ginsburg. Ariella Glatt. Noam Goldstein. Gabriella Greenstein. David Gross. Aaliyah Hammerman. Maytal Hoffer. Yafa Hornung. The second row may be seated. Will the third row please rise? Sarah Jager. Jonathan Carlin. Lauren Carlin. Renee Katz. Adina Klibanoff. Adriana Klugman. Ari Kornblum. David Kornecki. Etan Lankry. Raya Leeds. Eli Levy. Noah Levy. Ellie Lippman. Julia Lyons. Ariel Magid. Zachy Marin. Jackson Morial. The third row, please be seated. Will the fourth row please stand? Yehuda Orlovsky. Meira Patinsky. Evan Reich. Isaac Rosenberg. Leah Rosenberg. Donnie Rosenrausch. Noah Rosenstock. Adam Siegel. Yael Sharbat. Ariella Scher. Ayelet Choval. Achinoam Choval. Noam Simon. Eitan Smilo. Hannah Spiegelman. Adam Suleimanov. Eden Slamkowitz. Madison Teisch. Aiden Yarkoni. Nava Yolen. Maya Zaif. Fourth row, you may be seated. And our first mazel tov to our ninth graders.
With a sense of humility and gratitude, I'd like to introduce your principal, Ms. Levinson, to address the class of 2023. My colleague and my friend leads with wisdom. She models compassion. Ms. Levinson instructs with great competence, inspires her faculty to engage, and engenders trust throughout the entire community. She's a role model of learning, of devotion, an exceptional educator, an instructional leader, and someone who I am privileged to work with so closely. And I know I speak for all the faculty when I say please give a very warm round of applause for our leader, our friend, our guide, our peer, Ms. Levinson.
Thank you, Rabbi Rubin. Good evening, everyone. It is such a pleasure that we are able to be here together to celebrate our fantastic 8th graders. Before I share some thoughts with you this evening, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Rabbi Rubin for his ongoing and enthusiastic support of me as an administrator, and more significantly, the entire middle school and our teachers and all of our students. Rabbi Rubin, I am grateful for your inimitable mentorship. You are the Ted Lasso to my Rebecca, the Dumbledore to my Harry Potter, the Mr. Miyagi to my Daniel-san, and Yoda all rolled into one. You also did actually do a nice job with the weather today, and I know you love when a plan comes together, so thank you. My thanks also go to the incomparable Bubba herself, Sherry Bobat, who schools us all, students, teachers, parents alike, as well as Fran Gleichin, who has helped plan and facilitate every aspect of this incredible night. Thanks are also owed to our Dean of Students, Rabbi Joey Adler, whose enthusiasm and support this year have been so valuable and so appreciated. And of course, my greatest thanks goes to our incredible middle school faculty, a group of truly extraordinary educators, each of whom has gone above and beyond to teach, coach, challenge, inspire all of our students, in addition to setting everything up for today, including indoor and outdoor seating, from seating to programs to labels to more. Thank you for being the Shmata Patrol on the seats. And I hope our teachers here tonight can feel the collective gratitude of me and our families for all that you do. And now, 8th graders, it's your turn. You're here. You guys did it. All that walking in lines in the lower school really paid off because you just did it and you did it so well. 8th graders, when I look out at you tonight, I feel so honored and grateful to have been your teacher and principal these past years. I think we can all agree that it has been a very strange and very wonderful couple of years we've lived together here in your time in middle school. But your presence here tonight is actually not only about your 4 years in middle school, It's about your life here at JKHA in the aggregate, for many of you since pre-K. When you look around, you see each other as well-dressed 8th graders with perfect hair and makeup, ready to go to high school. But for your families who are here tonight, we see so much more. We look at you and we still see your triumphant days in lower school as Shabbat Ima and Shabbat Abba. We look at you and we remember your years toiling away in your Ariot workbooks, watching night after night as you practiced Katav and did your Kriya work. We remember your sitter play and those cute toothless smiles as you proudly marched across the stage, getting your very own sitter from your teachers as Rabbi Srolovitz called your name, letting the world know, here comes someone special. When you guys came into 5th grade in middle school, your grade was ready to take on the world. As you certainly know, each and every grade really does have its own personality. And your grade burst into the middle school, undaunted, proudly showcasing your trademark enthusiasm, your noteworthy ambition, and your frank opinions at every turn. Like all middle school students, you took on challenge by challenge, pushing yourselves daily, weathering the peaks and valleys of adolescence like fearless explorers, earning accolades left and right. You engaged deeply in classroom debates in LA and social studies. You wrestled with math, surprising even yourselves when you finally were able to understand those most difficult problems. In science, you became scholars and critical thinkers who were ready to challenge and learn complex ideas and concepts. Your grade has always been the superstars of Kochavei Kushner, and you were unafraid to show the world your talent in Kushner's Got Talent. You mastered hundreds of vocabulary words in our Chumash Vocab League, and your engagement with learning at school inspired many of you to pursue more learning, including Mishnah Yomi, Nach Yomi, Tehillim, and even Daf Yomi. I could stop here because we all know it. You're amazing. Go Cobras. But if I stopped here, I'd have left out a very important part of your grade's story, which is that your grade is a grade of pioneers. Yours was the first class to participate in the TREPS entrepreneurship program, creating your own products and business plans from start to finish. Yours was the first class to dig into a brand new class created by our LA department entitled Elements of Writing about the building blocks of grammar. And I can say with relative certainty that you were also probably the first kids ever to enthusiastically beg your teacher to play grammar kickball. Yours was the first grade to engage in our new class, Witness Seminar, all about the Holocaust and the resilience of the Jewish community. In seminar, you engaged with meaningful and emotionally challenging exhibits shared with us through the American Society of Yad Vashem. You researched Jewish communities in Europe that existed before the war with passion and curiosity. You met survivors and their children, hearing their stories, owning their history, and bearing witness to their stories for the next generation. But this is your academic experience. And as middle school students and their parents know, there is so much more to middle school than your scholastic growth here. And while your academic growth has been sizable, your emotional, social, and religious growth here has also been profound. As each of you knows, and as each of your parents surely know, daily life in middle school is a life lived in wild technicolor. As you surfed the unpredictable waves of adolescence in these hallways, your successes felt exhilarating and your challenges overwhelming. Your teachers watched and coached you as you weathered these waves, but really you helped each other, stepping up and showing up for each other when you fell to the floor in laughter, when you cried in the bathroom, when you sang at gate 613, when you panicked about a test, when you realized you made an impulsive choice and you needed to fix it. It was in these moments that perhaps without noticing, each one of you grew up and grew up together. When you had to own a decision or a behavior that you weren't proud of, you showed maturity and accountability. When you and your classmates came together for a spontaneous Ruach-filled Kumzitz at gate 613 before Shabbos, you showed us how community matters. When you engaged with tefillah and learning, your respect for Hashem was amplified. When you chose to help someone without being asked, your empathy was evident. And when you noticed how your personal behavior, words, choices impacted your classmates, whether you wanted them to or not, you learned that self-awareness is actually fundamental to growth. With each decision you made, big and small, you gained perspective, growing whether you realized it or not. Here at Kushner, you grew to become the authors of your own stories and creators of your own original narratives. And what beautiful narratives they are. You have actively chosen to live lives of Torah and mitzvot, and those choices will always be the bedrock of your narrative. Your personal story's hallmark are now respect and empathy, which are qualities that will enhance your life and the lives of everyone who becomes a part of your life. Kushner Cares is a thematic element of your narrative, and it's our hope that it will always guide you as your neshama's GPS. As the authors, you get to construct your narrative. As the people who care about you, we've seen the first chapters of those narratives, and now with those chapters, you are ready to keep writing your own stories. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs said about this week's Parsha, "I believe that the story we tell affects the decisions we make. Get the story wrong, and we can rob an entire generation of their future. Get it right, as did Yoshua and Kalev, and we can achieve greatness." 8th graders, JKHA has inspired excellence in you and your personal narratives. You are so very ready to achieve greatness. Excellence bloom within each one of you. It's time to leave our hallways. Kushner Cares ambassadors for life. We are so proud of you. Mazel tov. Before we rise and sing Hatikva and conclude, I just want to give some final announcements as we draw to the end of our formal program. After Hatikva, our advancees will remain standing and will recess to the back of the field. And you may meet your advancees in the back of the recreational field, but please note that Tefillat Mincha will meet at the front of the field immediately after we finish the recessional. Please rise for Hatikva. Eighth graders, the first row may begin walking, and then the second and third. Thank you to everyone for coming. Please join us for a collation at the Gottlieb Family Pavilion. Before that, Tefillat Mincha up front.
Please make sure to take your bottles with you. Take your bottles with you and keep drinking.